What's going on, everyone out there in YouTube land? I'm just hanging out here on Sunday, just been for a bushwalk with my wife and everything, so it's been a good morning, but I need to be a little bit more productive and I need to clean out the turtle pond. And I don't mean just trimming some plants like I did the other week. I need to actually muck in, clean out that filter and give it a water change. So I just thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride. And for those of you that haven't seen my channel here before, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with what's going on here. Well, there's a fleeting glance at the Cunningham skink, the other residents of the turtle pond area here. Usually he ducks away when we're about to do some maintenance, just like that. So I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy today, but I do need to do a large water change on this turtle enclosure. So I have to get my trusty hose here. And we are going to clean out that turtle filter as well, just to kind of get a bit of the muck out and ready for the spring months that are coming up. So I'll give you a quick look at this pond now, just seeing as we haven't disturbed the water too much. It's a little bit overgrown in here. There are 4 turtles in here. I've got 2 eastern longnecks and 2 sawshell turtles. As you can see, the flow coming out of that pump's pretty good, but I just want to see if I can clear it up a little bit further and get it flowing a little bit more. Got a few of the Amazon frog bit grown in here as well. It's a nice little area for these guys, especially during summer. A lot of floating plants live in here, shade them out, and the turtles can still get up here and bask over on these nice big bits of bush rock. And Cunningham's loves all these like little logs and things like that over the side, but usually when I start working in here, he goes and hides away for the entirety of the time, so I'm pretty safe to work with the lid open. Hopefully he doesn't prove me wrong on that one day. It's a beautiful little pond area. I've still got all my goldfish too. I was actually bought these guys essentially as feeder fish, but the turtles and them have come to live together, so I've become kind of attached to these goldfish. Becoming quite big and quite fat now. So one thing I will need to do is, if I'm going to clean out that turtle filter, before I get too stuck into it, I will need to actually get out my trusty kiddie pool here and save a little bit of the water. So what I plan to do is put a bit of the water into there so I can wash out all the filter sponges using the old dirty water from inside of here. The reason you want to do that is just so you're actually going to keep all the beneficial bacteria nice and alive. If you go and blast it with a hose, it's very convenient, but sometimes you can actually blast a lot of the beneficial bacteria that break down nasties inside your aquatic environment, and you can kill that bacteria pretty easily. So just to try to kind of make things a little bit safer, we're going to keep some of this water. Let's get draining it. So most of the water's almost drained out of the pond now. It's getting pretty empty in there, probably about halfway. I'm probably going to drain it right down until the pump almost starts running dry, so it'll be probably around a 70% water change, 75% water change. I try to do this a few times a year just to really freshen up the water for them. And something that I've actually just noticed in the turtles, so if you look carefully at a couple of them, they've got some little nicks on their faces. So a couple of weeks ago when I did that chore video, I did notice it on one short neck turtle. You see how he's just got like a little graze above his eye, a little mark on his shell. And this little guy here, he's just got like a little bit of a nick above his eye there. I'm not 100% sure what could be going wrong. This is the turtle that I saw last time. He's got the little nose problem. And then this guy seems to be perfectly fine. Now, I've just started doing a water test to see how bad my nitrates are in particular. It's a little bit hard to tell on that, but they're probably in the realm of about 10 to 20 part per million, which isn't too bad, but this water change should essentially fix that regardless. But I have a feeling that somebody is either picking on them while they're kind of being a little bit dormant during winter, or they're just kind of scraping their faces up against things while they're trying to brumate a little bit. If I was going to think it was anybody, I was going to think it was going to be this guy, since he's pretty much mark free. They almost look like a little snapping turtle, don't they? These sawshells, they're such beautiful little turtles. So what we might actually do is give them a little bit of a dry treatment while they're out here. I'm going to pull them out of this, stick them into a milk crate essentially, and we'll treat them with some claw sig. So claw sig is essentially, it's a human grade, I think it's like an anti-fungal, antibacterial treatment that people use for usually conjunctivitis in their eyes. I've been told by a really good friend who's been breeding turtles for probably longer than I've been alive that it's a great treatment for any sort of facial things on turtles, and I just so happen to have some on hand as well. So we'll get these guys out of here, give them a quick treatment with that, just so we'll keep an eye on them and kind of keep giving them treatments throughout the next coming week at least, to see if that kind of clears them up a little bit. I'm not too worried about it, but we just want to kind of try to stop anything before it happens. So that's why it's a really great idea to, especially when you have animals brumating, check on them. There's no harm in it. Just pull them out, see if they're okay, and you can discover little problems like this and get on top of them before they become bigger problems. So at least I'm not really worried about the water quality as such, so that's a good thing, because usually water quality can have something to do with kind of fungal and bacterial things. So I don't think it's actually like a nitrate and phosphate issue per se. I think it might just be that these guys are kind of hunkered down and scratching their faces into things, or maybe there's a little feeder fish in there who's just a little bit hungry and I need to chuck some food in to keep him happy. So I'll start doing that. I'll start feeding the fish a little bit more frequently, just so if it is a fish that's kind of picking on these guys, then that'll hopefully sort the problem a little bit as well. So while that's still draining, all the blotchies are out today. Hey guys, still sleepy. I thought I'd give him a go at feeding him, but not interested at the moment. They're just out for the sunshine. Anyway, getting distracted. While that's emptying out, we're going to turn off the pump. And we'll start pulling apart this filter to get it cleaned up. These little Pond 1 filters are actually pretty handy. You can see how much sludge is caught up in this filter. We just need to rinse as much of that out as we can. Now's definitely not the time to be licking your fingers or eating a sandwich. And that, folks, is 100% pure turtle sludge. Thanks, guys. They're just in this crate now, just trying to dry out so I can give them that treatment of claw sig. But for now, I'm filling the pond back up. We just got that hose in there. Now I'm just going to repeat the process and put this all back together and attach it all and turn it back on so we can start filtering some water through all this gear. So the pond's full again. Looks a little bit murky right now, but the flow that's coming back out of this is a lot heavier, or a lot stronger rather than what it was prior. But I've just got that pointed down there so the noise of the pond running doesn't annoy the neighbours. I've given these guys a little bit of a treatment with the claw sig as well, as unhappy as they are. But I'll let them dry dock in here for a little bit longer, and then we'll pop them back in the water and finish up for the day. Well, these little buggers are keen to get back in the water. You can see a couple of them got a little bit of built up shed on them. That's alright. Come summer and they're out basking all the time and stuff, that'll eventually peel off. But yeah, let's get these guys back in. Come on, mate. Get your head in. Because they're keen to get back in the water. I've gone ahead and put some salt in the water as well. I actually end up using pool salt that a breeder put me onto, just because it is such a big volume of water. Here's one of my male sawshells. You can tell by the massive tail on him. These guys are like little prehistoric snapping turtles in Australia. I'll enjoy being back in the water now. And I'll just come out every couple of days and give them a treatment with that claw sig and give them an hour or so to dry out. Yeah, lucky last, another little long neck. I see some of that built up shed just kind of peeling away from him there. I reckon, to be honest, they're probably just scuffing themselves a little bit, trying to hunker down for winter, and you know, they're not coming out of the water often enough. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. These things happen, you know, nothing goes perfectly all the time with reptile keeping. There's always going to be something that can kind of go a little bit astray. Well, these guys are pretty tough, so I'm not expecting anything too dramatic out of this. Well, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video of seeing what was up with my turtles and cleaning out the pond, and give you a little bit of a look into how dirty these animals can be. So you need to be able to put in the work to make sure you do keep them nice and clean from time to time. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell, and drop us a like and a comment while you're there. Until next time, guys, I'll see you on the next video.